Okay, everyone, look who it is. It is the incredible Y&T. How you doing, guys?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Nice to be here.
It's lovely having you here. The rain is coming down, but you don't care about things like that, do you?
Why would we care about that? No, it's good. And I would imagine that people in the UK are used to it every once in a while. You know, it's not a big deal. It adds to the show.
And talking of the show, yours is going to be somewhat different because you're one man down. That's right, isn't it? John's not very well?
That's right. John Nymann, our rhythm guitar player, had contracted this viral vertigo, which is a very strange thing. I had never even heard of it before.
I've heard of it,
yeah. And he can't literally get out of bed without the whole room spinning. So he is going to be on the mend for a couple of weeks here, and I'm sure he'll be fine. But it was just a last-minute thing. I mean, we literally found out about it. I was already over here. We found out about it the day before we went to pick them up at the airport. So it was just quite of a shocker. Yeah.
So who have you got standing in for you?
Well, we're going to do part of the set as a trio, and I'm sure the fans will help us out with that. But we have a friend, Ross McEwan, who we called last minute. Yeah. He changed his plans. He was supposed to fly out somewhere, and he canceled that immediately, pissed off his girlfriend, and it's all good now.
Rock and roll's going to save the world, so it's all right. She'll understand.
She'll forgive you, don't worry. I'm assuming you brought her with you at least, so she can watch.
No, we couldn't change her flight, so she's going to go, and I'll catch up. So thank you.
I love it.
But it was a great call to get, and leapt at it, so it wasn't a 2-second thought. Absolutely not.
And so, do you know all the songs? You're fine, or have you had to do loads of rehearsals, or how's that work?
I've been a fan of the band for a long, long time, and friends of them also. So the songs are in there. It was a great chance to sit down with Dave and work out the bits I didn't know. But I'm a big fan of the band, so it's a real thrill to have the chance to make some noise and listen to all the rude jokes firsthand.
I've just experienced some of them, and they're great.
Yeah, we have to do that, you know. We've all got a good sense of humor, especially Mike there. Now, Mike could do stand-up.
You could do stand-up.
I'm not doing any. Yeah. Wait till we're on stage.
So we do get you guys over here quite a lot. You seem to keep coming back. Why do you like playing in the UK?
Well, it's sort of a second home for us. We started out, I was just thinking about it this morning when I couldn't sleep for a few hours, as I was thinking, oh my God, we're playing as a trio half of the set. It was 82 when we first had our first appearance in the UK. That's 35 years ago this year, so pretty amazing. And I think when we started off that early in our career, that the fans in the UK really appreciated that we didn't try to make it in the States first and then maybe we'll come over here as an afterthought. You know, we cared about being here, and the fans treated us like kings. I mean, from the very beginning, even just doing our first club tour, and that year was so amazing. We went, because of that club tour, we got the Reading Festival, and because of that, we got support for AC/DC that same year for those About to Rock tour. It just made the UK that much more special for us, and we come back every year for full tour in the fall, and they still come out to see us, and they're still excited. It's awesome. Really love it here.
So is there anyone on the lineup that you like over the weekend that you think actually I would like to play with them?
Yeah, Saxon, of course. Yeah, Saxon are awesome. I love those guys. Yeah, and Last in Line. I mean, I could go up there and sing a Dio song, you know. But we came over here for two reasons: to tour,
yeah,
but mainly to record a record here. And we did. We recorded the Black Tiger record here, and then went out and supported it right away, right in the same place. So it was really a special thrill for us. It still is. I still get excited to come out here and play. I do, you know, and it's been many, many years, but I still feel like a kid, you know, when I'm up on stage. That's the main thing.
Is it the British accents as well?
Well, you know, that doesn't hurt. Yeah, yeah. You know, if I'm here long enough, it starts creeping in, you know. Just
So when you think about your career and everything that's happened and all, you know, the music that you've put out, I think people knew, or where you became really famous was the more melodic side of your catalogue. But actually, if you listen to something like Mean Streak, it's a heavy album.
Yeah.
How would you best describe Y&T? Like, how would you are you Mean Streak? Are you the more melodic stuff, or where do you feel it's
you guys
you
want
sit?
to answer that? Aaron?
Dave, go ahead.
A man of many words. No, he's the new guy, you know, so he's probably, you know, I'm going to leave it for me to say. But you know, honestly, I think that's a good thing about Y&T is that we pull off the ballads, we pull off the heavy stuff and the melodic stuff, and it's all sort of mixed together. It all came from the influences of the 4 original members originally, of course, and we went from there. Because every one of us had different backgrounds in the things that we liked. I mean, we all liked the same basic kind of rock and roll, heavy and hard, and so on and so forth. But we also were big time into melodies and so on and so forth, and that just sort of worked its way into things along the way. A lot of times people will say, you know, if you could say one song that says pretty much what Y&T is all about, and I would say Forever, because it's melodic, but it's hard and heavy and driving, and it's passionate all in one, which is what I think we're all about.
Okay, cool. So what bands were inspiring you as a kid?
Well, you know, as a kid, back in the day when the dinosaurs were on the earth, it was you know, it was so many different bands. What we called the British Invasion, strangely enough, you know. I mean, Zeppelin and The Who and so on and so forth. They were a big influence, as well as Jimi Hendrix for me. And a guy that doesn't always get a lot of credit, Leslie West from Mountain. I loved his guitar playing. He's just a brilliant guy. And there's a lot of guys over the years. The guys from the Allman Brothers, you know, Dwayne Allman, Dickie Betts, really melodic and awesome players. Those guys were some of the big influences for me over the first couple of years playing guitar. And then from there, it just sort of expands as you start playing with some of the people that you loved, and you get to play with them on tour. You pick things up just from being out there and from the fans and everything else. It just becomes part of your playing over the years. Yeah.
So you talk, thinking about you as a fan, was there anyone that you've met that completely blew you away, or maybe didn't?
It's really so many. I mean, we've been so fortunate to meet a lot of the people that we really, you know, are impressed by over the years, and have been the guys that we've looked up to, and I couldn't even begin to tell you how many. Certainly for me, Ronnie Dio was one of my favorites, one of my favorite singers of all time, and to be able to tour with the guy and then later become a personal friend of sorts. I mean, we didn't see each other every day, but you know, an acquaintance. That was an awesome thing. And another singer that I love dearly, David Coverdale. We toured with him, and you know, he's a kick.
Yeah, I bet.
No, but it was good. You know, I mean, mutual respect, and it's great to see these guys, you know, live and being part of making music that night with them, and yeah, it's been fantastic. There's only one guy that I have been in the room with 2 different times that I was still so freaked out I couldn't go up and say hi to, and that was Jeff Beck. And I just thought, what am I going to say to this guy that he hasn't already heard a million times? Oh, you're great. You know, I just thought, I don't know what to do. So I just stood there and looked at him.
Which he's probably used to as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I looked at his fingers and wow, muscular.
Wait, did you really?
I actually did one time. Yeah. Well, I was standing behind him that time, and I'm like, wow, he's got short fingers, but they're okay, whatever.
I always think guitar players have quite sausage fingers, actually.
Well, where's John?
Well, right, John, who of course is not here today. He got ill. He has got what we call sort of the mitt hand. The oven mitt. It's like, I don't know how those fingers, they're so fat and so big, how he can like spread them out between the strings, you know. It's just amazing, you know. But most of the great guitar players have these long spindly fingers, you know. I've just got your standard ones, and you know, where they can, you know, play chords with, you know, spanning like 8 frets or something like that, right? But yeah, no, there you have it.
What about you guys? Anyone that you've
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about my fingers.
No. We can talk about your fingers if you want.
Aaron, who have you met?
I met Dave Menichetti.
There you go.
There we go.
There's one.
Well, I've been a fan of the band since I was 15, and now I'm in it. That's crazy.
He's 18
Is
now.
that crazy for you? Do you?
Still, yes.
Yeah.
You know, wake up every day and go, fuck, where am I? I'm in the UK with Dave Benicchetti playing Y&T songs. It's amazing.
It's like I'm in one of my posters that you had on your wall when you were a kid. It's like you've gone into it.
Yeah. It's dreams come true. Yeah. Never give up.
That's right.
Yeah. And having Saxon on this bill was another band that I was into when I was 15 years old. So, to meet Nigel back there, that was a big thing for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it was cool.
But isn't that the great thing about playing a festival? Because you get to meet other bands
Exactly.
and,
That's one of the good things about the festivals. I mean, to me, sometimes festivals can be a bit impersonal. Depends on the festival. How tall the stage is, if they've got a barrier way back there. But it's just a love fest for the musicians. It really is, because we all get to see each other when we're all so busy doing other things. Most of the time, and to meet the people that we have mutual respect for. I mean, Mike loves Nigel, and vice versa, and we love the guys in Saxon. They're just such amazing players and just good guys. And that's always a good thing to find out as well, is that the people that you've liked from afar and you finally meet them and find out, hey, they're all just regular guys. It's good. It's a good thing.